How's the royal family? I pray that everyone is doing well. Go get your shit. Go get your shit. Now it is 1:58 a.m. in the morning, California time. And I got to dedicate this video to Julia Spencer. Oh, when I talking about juicy, I mean a double dip, like that, you get that biscuit, you slay that butter in there, and then you just get some syrup and just let it drip and sop. Oh, this real juicy. And I'm gonna wear Caren's ass out. Oh, yes. This the kind of shit to make a sister get out of the bed. Oh, yeah. Juicy. Now I'm stalling so you can go get your shit. Now, lo and behold, see, I ain't been keeping up with my current events in the Bay Area. It's some shit going down with Caren. And a brother, he ain't playing. Oh, no, Sherman ain't playing. He ain't playing with you, Becky. Oh, True Roy gonna wear you out. And it's gonna be real sweet, like. Oh, I can't wait. Yo ass done messed up big time in California. Oh, yeah, Caren, you about that life. And they checking out your man, too. Uh-huh. What did I say, my royal family? What did I say? What did I say? What did I say? I've been saying for the longest, my royal family. You know I got to rub it in super deep. Juicy. Juicy. Real juicy. Juiciness. Ooh. Shit. Y'all know what I'm talking about? That real I might get me some too. Oh, wait, did I say that? I don't give a damn. I'm married. I said that. Oh, my goodness. You talking about juicy? I know y'all saying what the hell going on. Oh, they bought that life up here in the Bay Area. Oh, my goodness. Caren, you done fucked up. Ooh, wee. Juicy. True Royal know how to really rub it in deep. So I gotta, read this little short article, and then we gonna get up in these videos, and I'm gonna stretch it and drag it for all it's worth, cause it's juicy. Okay, let me get professional. All right, get things all situated here. Hope you got your popcorn and your weed or whatever your thing is. Oh my goodness. Okay. This afternoon, San Francisco District 10th Supervisor Sherman Walton introduced the Caren Act, spelled C-A-R-E-N, in an effort to tackle racially motivated 911 calls. And what does Caren stands for? The Caution Against Racially. Let me see, where is that at? Where is that at? Let me open that up. Oh, there y'all go. There y'all go. The Caution Against Racially Exploitative Non-Emergency Act, or Caren Act. No, really. Would amend the San Francisco Police Code to make it unlawful for an individual to fabricate false racially biased emergency reports. It's a joint effort with California Assembly member Rob Bota, an Oakland resident. Oh, Oakland bought that life too. Oh, yes. Who is working to introduce a bill that would make unjustified racial calls to police a punishable offense statewide. Juiciness. District 6 Supervisor Matt Henry was quick to co-sign as the co-author of the Caren Act. And what did he say here? Today I join as the co-author of Sherman Walker's CARE Act, Caution Against Racially. I can't believe this shit. I'm tongue-tied. Exploitative non-emergency acts. The Caren Act makes it unlawful to fabricate false racially biased emergency reports and calls. Race false reports put people in danger and waste resources. In recent months, and it ain't been months, it's been umpteen years. Let's get back over here to Caren. Umpteen years have been adopted as a handy shorthand to refer to a racist white woman who needlessly called the police on innocent bystanders. No word yet on whether we can expect a Kevin Act anytime soon, but we will keep you posted. Juicy. Ooh, real juicy. So I got 3 juicy ass videos. You know how I get down on the True Royal family and True Royal? Oh! So let's get into this first juiciness. Let's open it all up. You ain't gonna miss nothing at all. This gonna be a little over 3 minutes of juiciness. So let's get into video number 1. This is juicy. I can't help myself.
San Francisco lawmaker is introducing legislation to make racially exploitative 911 calls illegal. It's called the Caren Act, a play on the now infamous name Caren, used to describe women acting entitled or exhibiting privilege based on race. The Caution Against Racially Exploitative Non-Emergencies Act will make it illegal for individuals to contact law enforcement solely to discriminate on the basis of race, ethnicity, religious affiliation, gender, sexual orientation, or gender identity. It also allows individuals affected by these calls to file lawsuits. With us now is the lawmaker behind it. Shimon Walton is a member of the San Francisco Board of Supervisors. Mr. Walton, thank you for joining us, sir. We very much appreciate it. You say this law is aimed at protecting the rights of communities of color. How so, sir?
Well, if you look at what's been happening across the country, you see people making these frivolous and these arbitrary 911 calls. And so what happens, you put people of color in contact with law enforcement, and in some cases, there are some very dire consequences that it can and lead to harm to human beings, but in some cases, they've also led to death. So no one should be calling 911 to weaponize 911 against people of color, black people, or any other protected class.
Yeah, I want to put this up on the screen, Mr. Walton, because this is kind of to get everybody up to speed. We played this a little bit earlier. This was the original Central Park case that really generated a lot of this. Watch this, and then we'll get your response on the other side.
There is an African-American man in Central Park. He is recording me, threatening myself and my dog. I'm being threatened by a man in the Rambo. Please send the cops immediately.
Yeah, she was charged. She apologized. It kind of sparked this whole movement. Sir, I'm curious, what if we're talking about people of the same race? The same rules apply?
The same rules definitely apply if you're going to frivolously call 911. But let's be clear, that didn't spark our fire here in San Francisco. We've had people in the Bay Area make calls to 911 where people were barbecuing. People are in front of their own home writing Black Lives Matter in chalk, and people have called the police on them. So this is really about protecting folks here in San Francisco, across the state, and across the country. And this is not a new phenomenon. It's just happening that we're catching people right now. In fact, we can even go back to 1955 when Emmett Till was murdered and killed because of a frivolous and a fraudulent complaint on him.
I wonder, sir, if you worry about police response being slowed down because you have dispatchers that are trying to figure out if the call is racist or not.
I want to be clear. Caution against racially exploitative non-emergency 911 calls. Let's talk about that. Non-emergency. It's not an emergency to write Black Lives Matter on your very own property. It's not an emergency to be in New York bird watching. So when people want to say this is going to stop folks from calling the police or make a dispatcher get nervous, no. We're talking about things that are very clear, that this is about discrimination. This is about people who are making race-based and racially charged phone calls, and that has to stop.
Very good point of clarification. Shimon Walton, thank you, sir, for joining us. We appreciate it.
Ooh, Shimon mad. Ooh, he upset with you, Caren. Well, Caren, you did that. You did that. You was about that life. You couldn't help your damn self. See, it took a brother, had the, the balls, to put that forth. And then other folks is jumping all over it real quick. Because they tired of you draining the resources. Now I got to do what I got to do, Caren. I got 2 more videos to show. Because that's just how I get down over here. I double down on shit. I'm just, we're all like that. I ain't being petty. I'm being royal. I want to solidify this stuff with the royal family. It's happening up here where I live. And I almost missed it. If it wasn't for Julie, damn. You can't even call the manager no more. Oh my goodness. So let's get into this next little video. It's short, but it's juicy, and I got to do what I got to do, okay?
Legislation to make it illegal to make a 911 call based on racial discrimination. KTVU's Sarah Zendanam joins us now with the details. Good morning, Sarah.
Good morning, Pam. This is called the Caution Against Racially Exploitative Non-Emergencies, or the Caren Act. San Francisco Supervisor Shimon Walton says the smartphones and social media incidents of discriminatory police calls against people of color are becoming more visible. False police reports are a misdemeanor or felony under existing California law, but Walton says there are no consequences for people who make false calls based on race, ethnicity, or gender. The Caren Act would amend the San Francisco Police Code to make it illegal to make a fake racially biased emergency report. Just last month, a white couple called the police on a Filipino man after seeing him stenciling Black Lives Matter on a wall in front of his Pacific Heights home. They accused him of defacing public property. It's situations like this that Walton says needs to be punishable by law.
One police call, when it comes to a black male, when it comes to a black person, when it comes to a person of color, can and has led to detrimental consequences, including death.
Walton says he also supports State Assembly Member Rob Bonta's bill, AB 1550. That aims to end discriminatory police calls by classifying them as hate crimes. AB 1550 is undergoing the committee process at the California State Senate Public Safety Committee. As for the Caren Act, Walton says it will have a 30-day hold after introduction and likely be heard at the Public Safety and Neighborhood Services Committee at the Board of Supervisors. If Mayor London Breed signs the ordinance, the Caren Act would go into effect 30 days later. Reporting live, Sarah Zendanam, KTVU Fox 2 News.
Ooh, Caren, you done messed up real bad. You got these folks pushing this shit through, messing with the resources and stuff. And Mr. Walter over here ain't playing. Not one damn bit. Now, I'm making some humor out of it and stuff like that. But when I get finished with you, it won't be so funny. One more video, all right?
Big story that we're following for you this morning. A San Francisco supervisor has introduced a new proposal named the Caren Act. It would outlaw racially motivated 911 calls. Joining us live from San Francisco with an update on this story is Caren 4's Sarah Stinson. Sarah?
Hey there, Robin. Yeah, this new ordinance called the Caren Act, if it gets passed, would put some kind of criminal charge on a person who decides to call 911 for some kind of false claim. Usually people do this when they have some kind of racial bias or discrimination. It's something we've seen happen quite often, not only here in the Bay Area, but nationally. It's called someone who's acting like a, quote, Caren. But this Caren Act is spelled with a C. It stands for Caution Against Racially Exploitative in Non-Emergencies, and of course, it's named after Caren. As we know, that word people use today on social media to describe people who make false claims about someone of color and calling 911 on them. A local example of this was brought up while talking about this ordinance for the Board of Supervisors. That's a story we covered about a woman who called the police on a man for writing Black Lives Matter on his own home. She's become known as the San Francisco Caren. Nationally, there was a case of a woman in New York who called the cops on a black man in Central Park for bird watching. There are currently charges being brought upon that woman. Now, this San Francisco ordinance was introduced by a San Francisco supervisor named Shimon Walton. It's similar to an ordinance made by a state assembly member out of Oakland. Speaking of there, another Caren reported there for calling 911 on a black family for barbecuing at the park. Now, walking around the streets here in San Francisco, talked to a couple people, including a man about this. Him and his friend agreed that Caren culture should be canceled.
It definitely depends on the situation and the severity of it. If it's something that's a situation where there's, somebody who's being racist or something that's provoking violence, I definitely think that charges should be brought to that type of person.
Him and his friend both said, this is a waste of resources as well, and that is part of San Francisco Supervisor Walton's discussion about this, saying this is a waste of resources and it is racially discriminatory. Walton will be joining efforts with the assembly person to make sure that this gets pushed forward, not only here locally, but also on a state level. I have reached out to Walton's office here in San Francisco to see if we can meet up with him this morning, see if we can talk more about this with him. We'll have to see if that happens this morning. Stay tuned here on the Cron 4 Morning News as we continue to follow this. For now, I'm live in San Francisco. Sarah Stinson, Cron 4 News.
Okay, my radio family. Y'all know I'm going to stay on top of this because I don't normally report local news. Now, I didn't bantered and I didn't, made it real juicy like I always do. Now I'm about to get serious and drag your ass. My royal family, I said 3 years ago that our Father, Yahweh, told me that the white woman would be the first to get his wrath. And that does not exclude the white man because he has upheld her shit. There are many things that are going on in the universe. We're watching what we are watching. All right? Put your spiritual eyes on. We're watching the very one who keeps this racial shit going. The very one that birthed racism. The first teacher. And people are tired of you and your antics. Since you have absolutely no value at all, your man gonna let you fall by the wayside. You're not producing anything. Remember, you are a barren bitch. And you take joy in fucking with innocent people, depleting the resources. And you would think in the space and time that we are in, Caren, all y'all, we're dealing with a pandemic, but you got enough in you to fuck with people. So you forced their hand. All you had to do was take your tight ass in the house and mind your business. But see, you're going to double down on stupidness and they're going to lock your ass up. And your man ain't going to bail you out. He going to be glad that you ain't home nitpicking him. Always bitching about something. Feeling some kind of way every damn day. Everybody tired of your tired ass. So you see what I'm talking about, my royal family? Now, isn't that ironic that she would be the first? That's a national embarrassment that they got an act called the Caren Act because so many calls have been made. Shit we ain't even seen. The data bank that they got, I know they got a sheet and said they just print out frivolous ass motherfucking 911 calls. And you got people that have true emergencies. But see, you upheld this bitch. How many black men swing in the trees of America because you said he raped you or looked at you as some kind of way? Caren? Oh, and it's going to be more to come. It will be more to come because you're becoming the tail. And it ain't nothing up to uphold anymore. You have absolutely no value. And the world's going to show you. And I know you're going to feel some kind of way. You're going to wail in the streets of America. Just like the black woman. You're going to feel what she feel. Tenfold. Or it's going to get real in your life. All you got to do is mind your damn business. And you make it your business meddling with people. People minding their business, doing mundane things. But you can't help yourself. So you're going to get some assistance. Because you fuck with me, I'm going to whoop your ass. See, Caren don't bother me. You know, I guess I got crazy printed all over me. Or that wish factor. We know about the wish factor. We'll just keep it coded, my royal family. So, I have dragged you enough and I've made it real juicy. I'm going to marinate on it. And I'm going to follow all of it. And I'm going to bask in it. Ain't that ironic? Up here in the Bay Area, the Caren Act. You just can't help your damn self. My king, I have much respect for you. Thank you for doing an excellent job. This is what you call a true king. He ain't afraid at all. Pull up his sleeves and really do his damn job. Looking out for his people. I can't help but respect that, my king. Thank you very much. So, my royal family, I know y'all gonna have a ball. So, render your voice with your beautiful divine words. And as always, my royal family, I thank you for your love. I thank you for your support. And with that said, Ashe. Juicy, juicy, juicy to me. Ooh, real juicy. Oh, I can't help myself. I'm a hot ass mess. Juicy, juicy, juicy.